You all are doing absolutely very well. Welcome back to another pick a card reading. Thank you for joining me. So today's reading was actually suggested. What do their family and friends think of you? So what are their family and friends' thoughts on you, or whatever, messages we can get? Okay, so we have 3 groups for you to choose from. We have group 1, group 2, and group 3. If you want to pause the video to choose whichever group is calling out to you, feel free to do so, but I shall see you guys in your reading. Hey there, for those of you who chose the first group, this here rock with some purple paint on it, then this reading is for you. So the person on your mind, what do their family and friends think about you? What are their thoughts on you? Oh wow, okay, this is interesting. All right, so we have King of Cups upright, Judgment reversed, 9 of Cups upright, Ace of Swords reversed, and finally 6 of Wands upright. I don't know why, I'm really excited to read this group for some reason. Okay, let's do this. So what are their family and friends' thoughts on you? So I feel like their family and friends, they believe that you are someone who is in charge of your emotions. I definitely feel like they perceive you as someone who is mature, at times compassionate, but I don't feel like they would classify you as compassionate, like overall. Like if you was like gonna list certain qualities about someone, like I don't feel like compassionate will be on the list. But I do believe maybe certain people from their family or maybe certain people from their friend group have seen that more compassionate side of you. But yeah, so at times they do think that you are compassionate. I do feel like this person's family and friends, they could perceive you as perhaps a little masculine in energy. They definitely think you're either religious or spiritual. I feel for some of you, this person's family and friends may not know you very well, so what they know of you may be through maybe what they see through social media. For some of you, with this 6 of Wands being here, maybe from what they hear, maybe if you share a community, maybe from what they hear in the community about you, or like a work environment, stuff like that. So for some of you, it feels like this person's family and friends, I mean, obviously some of them could know you a bit more, but it feels like this is like surface, like what I recognize of you on the surface. But anyway, so yeah, for some of you, they definitely could view you as someone who is religious or spiritual in nature. I do believe they think you are hard to read though. It could be because they perceive you as a little disconnected or a little bit in your own world. And this disconnected thing, it doesn't have to be in a negative way at all. But like, say for example, someone who speaks less but listens more, someone who, um, I don't know. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that. Maybe someone who speaks less and listens more. So it could, sometimes when some people are a bit quiet or in their own world, or they don't really care much about how other people are perceiving them, stuff like that, maybe they could perceive that as a little disconnected, or not wanting to be involved, or not forcing yourself to be involved. You know what I mean? Like that's what it feels like. So yeah, for some of you, they could perceive you, or you could kind of give the impression that you don't really care much about what others think of you, at least on the surface. But I definitely see someone here admires that quality in you so much. Um, like I'm even hearing like I wish I had that quality, you know. For some of you, they view you as like a wish fulfillment for their person, for their family member, for their friend. And I feel like the reason why they admire, uh, like if any of you do resonate with having the quality of, not really caring much about what people think, at least if you know that you could be perceived like that on the surface, um, I feel like someone here respects this or admires this quality in you. It's because you're doing it with respect. It's like I'm not trying to do it to be obnoxious. I'm not trying to do it to be rude, but I genuinely just don't care about what you think. I'm going to do me, but I'm not being disrespectful to you. I wouldn't be disrespectful to you. So it feels like I'm gonna do me, I'm who I am, but at the same time, I'm still considerate of maybe other people. And I feel like for some of you, maybe this is more so in regards to like appearance. Maybe you dress differently, or maybe you think differently, but something about you is different and you seem like you own it, and they really appreciate that about you. Okay. Anyways. So for some of you, this person's family and friends may think that you prefer to be alone. Maybe that you don't enjoy much attention. Even if you receive a lot of attention, they could feel like you don't really enjoy it, or you're just like, meh, like whatever, maybe that you don't even notice the attention that you are getting as well. So for some of you, they could perceive you, or they could think that you give good advice. Maybe, they know this through their friend or family member. Maybe they've seen you. Maybe they've seen you give advice, heard you give advice, but they could feel like you give great advice. For some of you, though, this person's family and friends could feel like you're bound to your past a little bit, or a decision you made in your past. Someone here could also think that I'm hearing for some of you maybe like a little bit emotionally repressed, or they could feel like you're a bit emotionally detached in a way. Like there seems like I'm not saying this is you, but it seems like someone who's looking at you, they're paying attention, and it's like they're compassionate, they're loving, they're like all these amazing qualities, but there's a wall in front of this person. That's what it feels like. They feel like it's like you could, like, for example, you could be someone who has oodles of empathy, um but it's like the way people connect to you emotionally, it's like I don't know how to explain it. It's just like there's a barrier there. I feel like maybe the easiest way to explain it. um and I feel like for some of you, they could feel like you're a little bit emotionally repressed or detached. And I feel for some of you, it's because you could be perceived as so masculine in energy, as someone who maybe, doesn't really care that much. Even if you care so much on like below the surface, and that there's like so much going on below the surface. It's like people can't see that when they look at you, when they see your exterior, they can't see, that depth. Even though they know it's there, it's like maybe you're not, like in your face about it, or you're not, really, do you know what I mean? Anyways, so for some of you, like they perhaps perceive you as someone who's a little bit more laid back, or someone who's a bit more unbothered, or, you just have a more of a laid back approach to love and relationships, which they may not be used to be honest. For some of you, they think so for some of you, if you resonate with this, for some, they feel like their family member or their friend can't move on from you. It's like they're stuck on you a little bit for some. If you resonate with that kind of layout. I don't know if layout is the right word, but yeah. So yeah, I feel like their family and friends could also view you as lucky, I feel like this luck could be in terms of your home life or what you've, created for yourself in terms of your home life, the balance you've, manifested for yourself. For some of you, they do feel like you are like a great manifester too. I don't know if they would align with that term, but something along those lines. Maybe they feel you kind of achieve things easily, or you kind of get what you want easily, or something like that. Not necessarily easily, but it's like if you need it, like it poof, like it happens. You make shit happen, or things happen for you, and they kind of realize that for you. So I feel for some of you, okay, that this person's friends or their family, they regret that you're so independent. Like, I don't know what that means. Like, why would they regret it? But for some of you, they regret that you're so independent. And I feel like it's because of this. I'm not saying that you're stubborn or that they even perceive you as stubborn, but it's like when you're so independent, when you literally give zero Fs about how other people perceive you, sometimes it can be, I want to say intimidating, but it's like it's hard to control that person, right? It's hard to, I don't want to say manipulate because I don't feel like, I don't know if that's their intentions or not, but it's hard to control that person, right? And maybe they're just kind of not used to someone who's so independent, so sure of themselves, so much of I don't really care, respectfully, of course. But yeah, so for some of you, they could regret that you are so independent. For others of you, though, they could feel like you are like, like I wanna say calculated, but I don't know if that's the most appropriate word. But for some of you, I do feel like they think you're a bit calculated, and I feel like this is in terms of chess. It's like you are, maybe a few steps ahead. It's like you're smart. For some of you, they feel like you're smart. Um, what was he talking about? So yeah, they feel like you're a bit calculated, like chess, but in a good way. In a good way, it's where you're like aware, like a bit clued up, you know. Yeah. For some of you, if you're single, then they think you enjoy being single or perhaps even prefer it. They do view you as someone who's humble, though. They could feel like you're in the spotlight or you just have a decent following. Maybe they feel like you are, popular, uh, confident in yourself as well. They think you're someone who is respectful, for sure. They feel like you have a good heart and that you're optimistic and that you're calm. I feel for some of you, you've made their family member or their friend more calm. Um, they feel like you're emotionally successful, and I don't know what that means. Maybe you've been through a lot of emotional stuff and you've managed to transmute it into something, I want to say positive, but it, do you know, how can I explain this? Like maybe you turned it into something worthwhile. So maybe not positive, but you turned it into something worthwhile. So they could just feel like you're emotionally intelligent or successful in terms of your emotions and how you maybe channel your emotions and how you express yourself. They could feel like you're successful that way. Uh, So for some of you, they could feel like you were single for a long time, perhaps. They could also view you as maybe not very talkative. They do see that you are someone who's determined. They feel like you are highly respected or they highly respect you. I feel like it could be a bit of both though. They could feel like you've been through a lot in your past, but there's still something kind of lingering from your past. It's like you've managed to move on from your past to a certain extent, but it almost feels like there's still some goo on you. Do you know what I mean? It's like you've washed and you're like cleansed and shit, but there's still some goo. Like, I don't know. Guys, honestly. Do you know like residue? Like residue. Yeah. Anyways. So yeah. They could feel like you have transformed. Like if this person's family or friends have known you for quite some time, they could feel like you've transformed in a way. Or if they know of your past to now, they could feel like you've transformed in that way. But I do feel like their family and friends, or maybe, specific people, they could feel like you maybe aren't very assertive in regards to communication. Maybe perhaps even a little passive from their perspective, even though you know and I know it's for different reasons, but I digress. But yeah, let's see. How do their family and friends perceive you? So we have here pursue your true wealth. So this person's family and friends feel like you're pursuing something that is meaningful to you, that is truthful to you. So again, that's where this whole unbothered thing comes in. It's because it's like you're doing your own thing and you don't really care about what other people think about this thing, and they respect that about you, or someone here respects that about you. They respect that you're able to kind of pursue what you want to pursue, um, without really having to consider how other people are going to feel about that, you know? Um, so their family and friends also think you're someone who's responsible, or you're someone who is able to kind of take responsibility for your own power, your own actions. I mean, for some of you, they could, at times they could view you as fiery, but again, like with the compassionate comment I made earlier, it's like they wouldn't put that on a list of things that they would describe you as. There are other words that they feel like would fit you better, but they could feel like you are a little bit fiery at times. That may not resonate for everyone, but they do feel like you are someone who takes responsibility, or that you are someone who's responsible. So we have here divine intervention. For some of you, I'm hearing that they feel like you were a divine intervention for their family member, or their family member and their friend. Um, it's like, do you know what I'm hearing? Imagine like a mother praying or a father praying, right? Saying, listen, I want my child to, do this, 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 or I want them to open their mind to this, or I want them to have more clarity. Imagine a father or a mother praying for something like that, okay? And imagine the universe sending this person, sending you into their family member and their friend's life, and it's like you maybe you changed their family member or friend in some way. It's like you kind of gave them maybe a wake up call, in some regards. So for some of you, their family and friends could feel like you were a divine intervention in their family member or their friend's life in some capacity. It's like you were an answered prayer in some ways. So it's like even if you and their family member or friend, aren't together, or, whatever the relationship status is between you both, they definitely feel like you were an answered prayer. Yeah, so they definitely see you as some sort of spiritual authority. Um, I don't know if spiritual authority would be the right one. Maybe just someone who is very spiritual, or definitely someone who's very much connected to higher powers, to a higher power, or their guides. Yeah. So yeah, for some of you, they definitely view you as perhaps spiritual, or you have spiritual beliefs or interests, stuff like that. Maybe interest in the occult for some of you. God, excuse me. For some of you, though, I'm hearing that this person's family and friends feel like they're understanding you perhaps a bit more. and they feel like you are on a spiritual path as well. We have here, do not be frustrated. Let me put this here actually. Do not be frustrated, let go and feel peaceful. So for some of you, this person's family and friends, they could feel like you are, what's that word? Oh yeah, for some of you, their family and friends could feel like you have no worries, or it's like what one person would consider a worry, you would maybe see a solution. So maybe you're someone who is able to kind of let go and be at peace. Like what I'm hearing is that this person's family and friends could feel like you don't fight, for things. You rather just kind of, be at peace within yourself rather than pushing something. Yeah. Okay. Anyways. So for some of you, they feel like you're really cool and calm under pressure. So we also have here, trust your gut feeling. Let your heart lead you to who you are. So this person's family and friends, like honestly, they would say about you, they would be like, this person is who, like they are who they are. That's what they would say about you. They would like, you are who you are. Um, So for some of you, what I'm hearing with this card is trust your gut feeling. I feel like for some of you, their family and friends are trying to trust their gut feelings in regards to you. What I'm hearing is that they want to give you the benefit of the doubt in some way. And I feel like this is due to your past in some capacity, or maybe the past, of your connection with the person you're asking about. But they want to trust their gut feelings in regards to you. And their gut feelings are that you've had a tough period, or you've had a tough childhood. So it's like I want to give you the benefit of the doubt in some regards. Um it's like I'm holding off on judgment. 222. I just saw 4 2s as well. So I don't know. So we have here Orca well. So this person's family and friends definitely view you as someone who is all good with doing things differently. Yeah, they feel like you're maybe daring. I feel like for some of you, their family and friends feel like you have some sort of higher calling, that you're loyal and that you're brave, and that you may not give yourself as much credit as you should do. They do feel like maybe you're really powerful, but maybe you aren't fully aware of how strong and awesome and great you are. For some of you, they feel like you could need more adventure in your life, maybe something that they're kind of hoping that you guys could all do together at some point. That sounds so nice. Maybe traveling towards each other as well with this manifest travel dreams. Maybe for some of you, they're thinking about maybe visiting you guys, or if you're like only if it resonates for your situation, like if you're at that stage with your person, or maybe they just want to get to know you a bit more anyway. And finally, we have Cougar, and it says here assertive. So yeah, for some of you, their family and friends could. Oh my god, that perfectly explains what I was trying to say earlier. So it says here assertive. Yeah, so their family and friends could feel like you're assertive, but it says here in silence you find power. And like that's what I was trying to get across earlier when I was saying that, speak less, or I don't know what I was saying, but yeah, so for some of you, it's like that is your power. Your silence is your power. The fact that you don't feel the need to say too much, or you don't feel the need to, you know what I mean. So anyways, where was I? Their family and friends feel like you are a leader, that you're not afraid to take action, that you know where you're going, and that you have the courage and the confidence to get to wherever you need to go, because they do see you as someone who's on a journey. They see you as someone who's maybe on the path to success. Maybe you're not all the way there yet or all the way where you want to be, but they see you kind of pushing, you know? But yeah, that is all I have for you, group one. I hope this reading could resonate. I hope it could make sense for you and your situation. And I'm wishing you all the absolute best on your journeys. All right? So take care of yourselves. Bye. Hey there, beautiful people. I hope you all are doing absolutely well. Welcome to your reading. If you chose this here crystal, then this reading is for you. So their family and friends, what do they think of you? What are their thoughts on you at this moment? Okay, so the first card we have is Two of Swords upright. King of Cups reversed. Seven of Wands reversed. Is that six? Six of Wands reversed. And the Queen of Pentacles reversed. Sheesh. Yikes. No, I'm joking. Sorry. Okay, let's see. What do their family and friends think of you? Or what are their thoughts on you? So I feel like their family and friends, they are indecisive about you. And maybe even honestly a little bit confused about you. For some of you, they could be indecisive. Okay, for some of you, they could be indecisive about you if you are someone who can be perceived as maybe fiery, maybe speak without thinking sometimes. Maybe you're quite explorative, you're still growing, you're still adapting, you're still changing. Imagine the Page of Wands. Okay, so maybe if any of you, like maybe even not settled in your life yet, so you're still trying to figure certain things out, you're still, you know, progressing through life, like yeah, like maybe even a little bit wild or carefree. You know, even if that's in your own sense, like no one else has to define what that means for you, you know. But for some of you, they could think that you're still exploring, and that could be why. For some of you, why these qualities could make them indecisive is because they could be worried that you'll get bored, or they could be worried that, you know, obviously because the Page of Wands is still growing, I'm still developing, I'm still learning. It's like who I am today is not going to be who I am tomorrow. So for some of you, that could worry this person's family or friends or someone specific here. It's like this person's family and friends, they could like you or like what they know of you, but they have concerns. You know, I feel for this group, maybe they don't know you like personally or on a personal level. Maybe it's more so from what they hear, maybe what their family member or what their friend told them. For some of you, is I'm hearing like they could be trying to like not necessarily stalk you on social media, but maybe trying to find out more about you through social media. Anyways, so for some of you, perhaps this person, family or friends, perceive you as maybe slightly immature for your age. But who cares? No one gets to define that for you again, you know. But for some of you, this could be in terms of you developing. So whether they choose to see it as immaturity, you know what it is. And even if you're immature, just like own it, you know, say fuck it. Who cares? You know what I mean? So, anyways, or this couldn't maybe is not you at all, and it's just a perspective they have. So either way, it's irrelevant, really. Anyways, so for some of you, they could, it's like, I don't know with this pile. This pile is really confusing because it feels like I'm just picking stuff out the air. You know, it feels like I don't know you really at all, but I'm just like assumptions. It feels like heavy assumptions here. But anyways, So for some of you, this person's family or friends could feel like you're emotional, but at the same time detached. Maybe you're privately emotional and openly detached, I don't know, or maybe the other way around. But there is this mixture of emotional but also a bit detached. Maybe you switch between the two. For some of you, they could perceive you as maybe a little bit possessive. I mean, this could be like in regards to yourself, like who you are in general, like a bit like possessive. But for some of you, it's more so in regards to, I mean, for some of you, it could be in regards to being possessive over their family member or their friend, but I don't really feel that for a lot of you, but that obviously could be the case. For some of you, they could perceive you as maybe a little bit selfish. For some of you, it's like they feel like maybe you brought some sort of conflict into their lives, or you kind of maybe created some kind of rift between them and the person you're asking about. For some of you, this person's family member or friends, they could feel like you don't make much of an effort. Either with their family member and their friend, or with them. So they could feel like you don't really make much of an effort. They could also think that you're someone who is shy, or maybe you have difficulty sticking up for yourself at times. I don't know why, but I feel for some of you, it's like this person's family and friends could feel like you don't make the most of your potential. But again, no one else is allowed to define that shit for you. Do you know what I mean? Um, so yeah, for others of you, they, even though they could perceive you as maybe a little bit shy, um, they still feel like you have a lot of confidence. For some of you, they do perceive you as maybe a little bit egotistical, or just maybe you lead from your ego in their perspective again. So for some of you, they're kind of worried that you'll use their family member or their friend in some kind of way. like in this person's family and friends perspective of you, it's like you're very contradictory. Like there's something about you that's contradictory, whether that means contradictory between your actions and your words, or in the way you dress and the way you speak, in terms of maybe culture or education. But there's something about you that's completely contradictory. Like it could be more so of, hmm, do you know that word that anyway, it doesn't matter. Like, for lack of a better word, I'm going to use contradictory because I can't think of the other word. um so for some of you, either you don't have a social media account, or you're not very active, or if you are active, maybe you don't show yourself much, or maybe you're on private or something like that. For some of you, this person's family and friends could perhaps perceive you as someone who has some insecurities, but they feel like you try to hide those insecurities. They do feel like you try to come across as more confident than maybe you actually feel. Fake it till I make it. um yeah, but some of you, they feel like you're lazy, perhaps in regards to their family member, their friend, the person you're asking about. Um, I don't feel like it's lazy in general. I mean, if you feel like they could perceive you like that and it resonates for you, then obviously take it. But I don't feel like it is in general. I feel like this is in terms of how much action and how much effort you put in. Ah. So for some of you, this person's family and friends could perceive you as like maybe a bit all over the place, a bit all over the gaff in some way. Maybe I don't want to use the word unstable, but definitely maybe lacking balance. Put it that way. And when I laugh, I'm not laughing at anyone, okay? Um, but I feel for a lot of you, this person's family and friends, they can't really make up their mind about you. Perhaps you're a bit secretive, or you're just I'm hearing like breadcrumbs. Maybe you give people breadcrumbs, like of information about yourself. I don't know, or maybe you're just secretive, or maybe you need to know them properly first, or whatever the case may be for you guys. Or maybe you're just not at that stage yet. But they definitely view you as someone who's alternative in some way. So whether that be alternative lifestyle, alternatively dressed, alternative views, perspectives, yada yada yada. Yeah, they definitely perceive you as alternative or unique in some way. And they feel like you are someone who's made a lot of minor achievements. And I'm sorry to say like minor, but it feels like from their perspective, like you've made a lot of achievements, like a lot of small achievements, but a lot of them, okay? But yeah, let's see, how do their family and friends perceive you? Oh, so we have here wellness and we have prosperity. For some of you, they could feel like you've successfully recovered from an illness, or maybe they just feel like you're doing a bit better. For some of you, I feel maybe this is in terms of like mental health. For others of you, this is could just be in terms of your health in general. So maybe they view you as someone who is into wellness, into healthy living, healthy eating in some capacity. They also view you as someone who's very supportive, accepting maybe as well. So we have here reconnect with your innocence, that page of one's energy again. It's so weird, but the message I'm getting is that their family and friends, or maybe someone here specifically, they think you're a bit of a baby. I don't know what that means though. Like, I don't know if that's in terms of being emotional. I don't know if that's in terms of being vulnerable, especially with that Seven of Wands being in reverse. Like being a bit needy in some way, or someone who needs protection, someone who needs support perhaps. Um, but again, this baby doesn't have to be in a negative sense. And I don't feel for a lot of you that it is in a negative sense, if I'm being honest. But they see you as someone who is maybe like a young soul, even. Like, for example, if you resonate with the message of, maybe being older but being perceived as younger. So for some of you, they could maybe feel like you look younger than you actually are, or you act younger than you actually are. But yeah, something about you seems babyish. For some of you, maybe you even like have a cute face, or just like really cute hands, like maybe small feet. How do their family and friends perceive you? So we have get into the driver's seat of your life. So yeah, their family and friends perceive you as someone who's not afraid to take action, maybe even a bit impulsive at times. Um, they feel like you are explorative, but they may feel like you lack direction, as for some reason. We have here finding the path. So for some of you, they feel like maybe you're still finding yourself. We have here two messages about being the driver and being the navigator. So maybe they feel like even though in their perspective that you may not have a lot of direction, they believe that you are maybe determined to find your path, determined to find what is right for you. Okay. So yeah, they definitely see you as someone who's taking more action. Maybe for some of you, this is one of the reasons why they could view you as no. So yeah, they definitely feel like you're still finding your way. We have here heart of the matter. I feel like someone here wants to have a heart-to-heart conversation with you. I feel like they want to understand you a bit more. Like they want to, I mean, for some of you, maybe they do want to resolve something with you, but I feel like someone here wants to get to know you a bit better and just have a heart-to-heart conversation. I feel like they want to align with you, but through your hearts, if that makes sense. So how do they view you? We have here dear, and it says love. So what do they think of you? You know what I'm getting with this card is that their family and friends feel like that they need to be gentle with you. Okay? Yeah. For some of you, their family and friends think that they need to be gentle with you. And, despite, some of the other perspectives they may have on you, they definitely view you as someone who values your own self-worth. And finally, we have lion, higher calling. That's dope. For some of you, what I'm hearing is that they want to have you as a part of their tribe. Like they want to have you as a part of their circle. And it's almost like it's almost like someone here wants to guide you in some way. For some of you, they do feel like you're smart though, and that you do make good choices. Um, but someone here wants to be able to make a choice for you. It's like they want to be able to, I don't know if influence is the right word, but it's almost like, I hate to say this, but keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Like that's what it feels like. It doesn't feel like everyone here, but it feels like one specific person. It's like they want to draw you in, not necessarily so they can control you or anything like that, but it's almost like so that they can guide you or shape you in some way, okay? But yeah, that's all I have for you though. Group 2. I hope this could be helpful. I hope it could resonate, or maybe not. I don't know. But yeah, I'm wishing you all the absolute best on your journeys, all right? So take care of yourselves. Bye. Hi there, beautiful people. Welcome to your reading. I hope you all are doing absolutely very well. If you chose this here heart-shaped rock stone, then this reading is for you. Look how pretty. Okay. So hi, welcome. Thank you for joining me. So the person on your mind, how do their family and friends perceive you? How do they view you? What are their thoughts on you? Okay. So we'll see what we get. So we have Ace of Pentacles upright, Ten of Pentacles reversed, Queen of Wands reversed, Five of Cups reversed, and the Ace of Cups upright. So we have two aces starting and ending. I wonder if that has any significance. We'll see. So, sorry, just give me one moment. So their family and friends, what are their thoughts on you? Group 3. Well, for those of you who chose group 3 anyway. Okay, let's get into this group. So honestly, like my first impressions, it feels so hopeful. It feels really sweet. So for some of you, this person's family and friends, they could be really hopeful about this connection. Like I can feel it in my heart. Like, do you know that hope? Um, but it feels like more of a seed, you know? But anyways, so for some of you, this person's family and friends, they can see your potential as an individual, but also the shared potential between you and their family member, their friend. They feel like you both have gotten off to a great start, or if you've been had a start with this person, then maybe they feel like you both had like a great start. Maybe you both had a good foundation to build your connection on. For some of you guys, like I feel like this person's family and friends, they are really invested in you, and they're really invested in the growth of your relationship and your connection to that person. For some of you, their family and friends could feel like you're a little bit extravagant. Maybe you like to spend money. Maybe you have a preference for high quality stuff. It doesn't necessarily need to be, like name brand and stuff, but high quality is high quality, you know what I'm saying? So for some of you, they could feel like you do have a preference for like the finer things in life. Um, I feel like for some of you, they feel like you have the most beautiful and the most captivating eyes that they have seen. Or maybe you show a lot through your eyes. Maybe you show a lot of emotion through your eyes. It's like, even if your body isn't saying much, like your facial expressions, your mouth, maybe you're not vocalizing something, but it's like when someone looks into your eyes, they can see that honesty there. They can see the emotional depth there. They can see the empathy. Um, so it's like, yeah, there's something definitely very captivating about your eyes, the story behind your eyes as well, like what your eyes are saying. Anyways, for some of you, they think you're really in to their family member and friend, and they feel like you both are a good match. I feel like for some of you, they feel like you're perfect for their friend, and there's someone in this person's friend group or someone in their family group that you gave this person a lot of hope. I don't know if it's like a grandma or like a mother or a father or a grandfather or like a godparent or someone, but it feels like someone who has like a bit of an old soul, or they could just be older, but it feels like more so of an old soul. So even if this person is like 5 years old, okay, like you gave this person hope, this family member, this friend, you gave them hope, because, and I feel like it's because of the way you love your person, the person you're asking about. Like someone here really loves the fact, or loves the way, or how much you love their family member or their friend. It melts their heart a little bit. Like I feel like honestly it makes this person a bit emotional because it's given this person hope. It's like, shit, I see so much potential here. Like with the Ace of Pentacles, with the Ace of Cups, um, the Five of Cups reversed. It's like before I was looking at the glass as half empty, but now I'm looking at it as half full. It's like you've made me hopeful, you know? Like like for I'm not even gonna get into the different scenarios that are coming into my head because it will take me too long. But yeah. Someone here definitely really, really loves you, has like the softest spot for you. Like it's almost bringing tears to my eyes, like how much this person cares for you. Um, for some of you, this person's family and friends feel like you are someone who's maybe self-controlled or self-contained in a way. Maybe it's not the easiest to get to know you. Even though you're so pleasant, even though you're so lovely, again, it just may take some more time, for people to truly, get to know you, get to understand the real you. For some of you, they could believe or they think that you maybe don't have the strongest foundation, either prior or now. So maybe like in the past or now, they may not feel like you have the strongest foundation, especially in terms of perhaps in terms of support, in terms of, maybe like healthy friendships or healthy, I don't know, but they feel like for some reason your foundation isn't the strongest right now. And this could be because you're in the middle of transition. Like, say, for example, so with the Ten of Pentacles, I see it as someone, sometimes I see it this way, but I see it as someone who's been comfortable for a long time and then they're like, fuck it. Like, I'm literally going to throw away, not throw away everything you've built for yourself, but it's almost like even though I've come it's like, say for example, you've been a doctor for 20 years and then all of a sudden one day you're like, fuck this, I don't care if I built a reputation for myself, I don't care about this, but I'm going to do something that's more in alignment with what makes me happy. So for some of you, they can see you like having that kind of energy about you. Like, it could be in regards to that. For some of you, they could perhaps feel as though you don't have a good or supportive family, or just structure, like a support system perhaps. But I feel for some of you, it's like, I can't say for sure, but on the outside looking in, like that's how I'm perceiving it, is how it feels. For some of you, this person's family or friends could maybe view you as non-traditional. Maybe you don't follow tradition. Maybe you come from maybe you don't come from a traditional background, and whereas maybe their person comes from a traditional background. But even if you don't follow a certain tradition, or you don't have like a strong tradition or traditions, should I say, like in place, they believe you are still someone who is extremely respectful, maybe to their traditions or to other people's beliefs and other people's, culture and stuff like that. This person's family and friends, I believe they believe that you are someone who lives in the present without too much worry on the future. They could feel like you are a little bit spoiled. Maybe maybe you spoil yourself. I do feel like that is the case for some of you, but for others of you, maybe their family member, their friend spoils you and they recognize this. But it's a sweet energy more so than, oh my god, what a spoil, whatever. Like, it doesn't feel like mean or anything like that. So yeah, this person's family and friends, they feel like there's an innocence to you. They feel like there's a sweetness to you. Like, I'm hearing giggly. Like, so for some of you, maybe you are maybe a little bit giggly, or you just have this cute energy about you. So for some of you, this person's family and friends, they really do view you as strong, but it's like not on the surface. You don't seem that way for some reason. Like, yeah. I'm just thinking if I should give an example, but I don't know. For some of you, this person's family and friends don't feel like you may not show strength to yourself. And it's almost like you're awesome, but can you see that for yourself, please? Like, can you grasp it? Can you feel it in every fiber of your DNA? Like, can you please? So for some of you, it's like they feel like you're up there, but it's like, do you even recognize that you're up there? you know so this could be in terms of looks, it could be in terms of character, morals, it could be all of the freaking above. But for some of you, someone here feels like you don't give yourself enough credit, or you don't. It's like, say for example, do you know someone who is like very beautiful, right? But they may try to hide the fact that they're beautiful. Or for, say for example, like you're a curvy woman and like you try to hide your curves maybe, or something like that. It's like you want to hide the parts of yourself that are most beautiful, or you don't really want it to be noticed. I don't know, but yeah, something along those lines. That may not resonate for everyone, but that's okay. So yes, this person's family and friends feel, oh my god, 1111, that's so nice. So for some of you, this person's family and friends, they feel like you are so loving and so gentle, They could feel like you have a dope sense of humor as well. Maybe it's easy to make you laugh. Maybe it's easy to make you laugh. But they do view you as someone who's very forgiving and accepting. They view you as someone who's really empathetic or remorseful. But for some of you, this remorse could be in terms of maybe something you did or something you said, and it's like instant regret. I feel like for some of you, um, or it's kind of like, oop, like, oop. Anyways, because I don't feel like it's necessarily in a bad way, because it feels more like a slip of the tongue. And it's like, whereas like you may be beating yourself up about it, it's like this person's family and friends are like kind of like laughing, like they think it's funny, like they don't feel like it's a big deal, but you may feel like it's a big deal and want to show empathy for that. So they could just feel like you're really sweet, really considerate of other people as well. Even though you don't really have to be that considerate, they're thinking it's like you're good, like don't worry, like you're good, trust me. So for some of you, this person's family and friends could feel like you take risks, not afraid to start again. For some of you, I don't know. I don't know what this is about, but for some of you, they could find your height maybe a bit intimidating, or someone here could maybe find like your beauty or something about your physical appearance as a bit intimidating. I feel for a lot of you it could be your height though, but it could be other stuff. I don't know. Like I don't know if you're like really little or and they're like, oh, or if you're really tall and they're like, whoa, I don't know. I don't know, but yeah, something about your height is intimidating, or about your appearance is intimidating. Like for some of you, I'm even hearing like they view you as someone who has the capability for violence, but it's like you're far from a violent person. It's like I don't know, maybe some of you are quite muscular, or maybe some of you are like, well built. Like maybe you are like, a decent build. And it's like you could be violent if you wanted to, like, but you're pretty chill. It's like I'm a lover, not a fighter kind of energy. I'll still whoop your ass. No, I'm joking. Anyway, so for some of you, they could view you as a little materialistic, perhaps a little bit insecure in regards to stability, maybe in regards to your own stability, the stability you're creating for yourself. Um, for some of you, they could feel like you don't actually enjoy structure, and that you may not enjoy stability. But yeah, what I'm hearing is that they would love to get to know you more, and they would love to see more of the real you as well, whatever that means. So we have here express your feelings, express your true feelings. So for some of you, they do view you as someone who's quite colorful, who's quite vibrant. They do view you as someone who expresses your true feelings. This could be in general, but it could be in regards to their person, their family member, their friend. And they really love your authenticity towards their person. So we also have Angel, tap into your higher wisdom. For some of you, they could feel like you're in your own head a bit too much sometimes, or just in your own head a bit. So we have here control issues. Didn't control came up earlier, but it was self-control, right? I don't feel like they view you as having control issues, but they do view you as someone who has control over you. Like, you know what I mean? So yeah. So we also have here give it to God. Yes, lean on faith, my guy. So for some of you, this person's family and friends feel like you lean on faith, like for sure. It's like I could have, however much money to my name, and like if I see something that I like, I'm gonna spend that money. Like they could feel like you take risk, and it's like you just wait for the universe to catch you, or you just trust that the universe is gonna catch you. So they could feel like you have a lot of faith that you're gonna be good, like no matter what. And they could really admire that about you, or someone here admires that about you. For some of you, they could view you as someone who's quite easygoing, and it's like instead of worrying about the problem, you're like, a solution will come to me. Do you know what I mean? I ain't worried about none. No, I'm joking. Anyway, so we have here willpower. So yeah, they definitely feel like you have oodles of willpower. They feel like maybe the way you handle stress as well is pretty awesome. They could feel like you have a good stress tolerance. But for others of you, it could go the completely other way. Actually, I feel like it's no. I'm going to stick to the first one I just said. Like, they feel like you have a good stress um, control. I don't know. Yeah, anyways. So we also have here listen to advice. So what I'm hearing is that for someone here, they could feel like you give good advice, but what I'm hearing also is that you listen, It's like even though you know what's good for you, even though, whatever, you're sure of yourself, blah, 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 it's like you're not afraid to listen. You're not afraid to hear someone out. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, for some of you, they like that about you, or yeah. Let's see what else we have. Let me put these here. So we also have Goose in a knowing. So this person's family and friends definitely view you as someone who is brave. Or no, do you know what it is? I feel like for some of you, they are so confident in you, and like even if, like even if on the outside looking in, it could look like something's all over the gaff, they still trust you. They're still so confident about you and about where you're going. Like, even if they may not understand your journey, they are so confident about your destination, okay? And I feel like this person's family and friends, they're loyal to you as well. Like, they have a certain loyalty to you. Like, they feel like they are blessed, like, to know you. They feel like you're a blessing in some way. But for others of you, it's like they don't worry about you. They don't have concerns about you. It's like, you don't make me afraid for my friend. You don't make me afraid for my family member. It's like I completely trust you with my family member's heart. And finally, we have Grizzly Bear. It says, I am indestructible. I honor my intuition and go where it leads. Love and gentleness are my real strength. I never give up. I will succeed. That is so nice. So they definitely believe that love and gentleness is your strength. They view you as indestructible as well. And they view you as determined, like you're not going to give up. But yeah, that is all I have for you, group 3. I hope this reading could resonate. I hope it could make sense in some capacity. And I hope it could be helpful as well, I guess. But I'm wishing you all the absolute best on your journeys, all right? Make sure you take care of yourselves, okay? Bye.